your music live. Your music live. It's your music live. It's your music live.
Yes, it is Your Music Live, brought to you by Distrokid here on Studio Live today. This is our weekly live independent music show where I play 2+ hours of your best independent music. We do it live. That's why we call it Your Music Live. We're going to kick into the show because we've got too much show to contain today. So we're going to jump straight in with our very first track. This is a brand new song from the Lily Pillies, fantastic Australian band. If you've heard them before, you know you're in for a treat. If you hadn't, well, guess what? You're going to hear them here for the first time. This is the Lily Pillies and their brand new track, Addictions, on Your Music Live.
Shadows within are hiding deep inside me, and ever since I was a kid they've come around to haunt me. I don't wanna feel low. Someday I'll learn to let go of all the shadows within, and so my world can keep turning. Does it feel the same in your shoes? Break the chains, what do you do? Does it feel the same for you? Can I slow down and turn things around? These are the times we're living in, with everything at our fingertips. These are the times we're living in, and we're all broken into pieces. These addictions make me insane, and temptation makes me go astray, 'cause my soul is burning down again. These addictions make me run away. These addictions make me insane, and temptation makes me go astray, 'cause my soul is burning down again. These addictions make me run away. Tell me the meaning of life. It can't be only wrong or right. If I'm so hard on myself, can take the pain somewhere else. Does it feel the same in your shoes? So distracted, what can I do? Does it feel the same for you? It's hard to slow down, to turn things around.
Brand new track there from the Lily Pillies out of Sydney and Italy. That was recorded live. In fact, let's read what Manny from the Lily Pillies had to say. Addictions is our first single for 2023. The video was shot in Italy, and it's a song about how our addictions nowadays are often accessible at our fingertips. It's available on all streaming platforms thanks to Distrokid, and also comes in a remix version by our friend Alex Backus, another YML regular. So great stuff there to see the community come together. And if you want to be as cool as the Lily Pillies, good luck. They're super cool, but you can try. And if you want to get your music out there on all the platforms like the Lily Pillies have done with this new single, Distrokid got you covered. There's a little QR code that'll take you to my Distrokid FAQ where you can sign up and you can save yourself 7% off your first year on any Distrokid plan. We thank Distrokid for their ongoing support of Your Music Live and of Studio Live today. They are honestly true fans of independent music, and they make it easy for you to get your stuff out there. Stuff like our next track, which comes to us from Germany. Yeah, we're jumping across a couple of ponds, going all the way over to Germany and checking out PA and her latest track. She says, are you ready to meet the ego personality, the naive human, and the real soul to analyze who of those you are? Ooh, it sounds mysterious. It is PA, so you know it's going to rock. Let's take a listen to this one. Body Language PA on Your Music Live.
Make sure everything you say is true to your ears, cause all you do is look in, never choose to look in. Mirror, mirror on the wall, are you kidding me again? Fuck damn straight tell, I watch myself burn down the hell. Held up, don't fall, mysteries hide between the walls. Is it there, is it gone? I don't think so. A bit of insight, just a smile, just a sign of life. But behind these walls I found just emptiness, no sign of new life. No sign of new life. Mirror, mirror on the wall, are you kidding me again? Fuck damn straight up. Watch myself run down the hell. Mirror, mirror on the wall, are you kidding me again? Fuck damn straight up. Watch myself run down the hell. Hell is the others, Zatra said. They all yearn to be able to see themselves reflected in the eyes of the others. Focused on the mind of the others. Who is the shamist? Who is the oh so nice? Who is the friend?
How good is PA? That's some passion right there, and a explicit language warning for the previous song. It's like the radio, but you only find out afterwards. But very, very cool stuff there from PA. Confident creativity is a great way to put it, for sure. Yeah, very good stuff. And PA also getting better and better with every track that she produces. Has been definitely working on her production, and it is only getting better. It's only going to get better from here, I say. Welcome aboard. If you're just joining us here, this is Your Music Live. If you'd like to support the channel, you can leave a thumbs up. It's going to be a good show. I mean, you can wait to the end and then do it, but if you want to do it now, that's cool too. You can share. Remember, Sharon is Karen and Sharon is Karen, so you can share the show using the share button below. That rhymes, and you know that rhymes, Marge. And you can also submit a song. So there's a QR code right there, or you can just go to studiolivetoday.com/YML, like the latest moderator on this channel did, and that would be Leela Lou Reality, who has finally started sharing her tracks here. She makes great music, but she's so busy that sometimes she forgets to share her stuff right here on YML. So we're going to play this track. She says, this song is a realization of a conversation in Clubhouse. It took a lot more work than expected, but I'm happy with it now. We're going to give it a spin because it's in celebration of our latest moderator here on the channel, Lou Reality. Feel More Love. Bit of a mashup track here on Your Music Live.
Because music can make me feel things in my body.
And sort of
music can make me feel things.
That's a good question, Scott. What was the conversation, Leela? The Clubhouse conversation could have been an interesting one. Could have been anything, knowing the folks that hang out over on Clubhouse. If you don't know about Clubhouse, it's an audio chat room app. Very, very cool place. And if you want to catch up with the likes of Russ and Brad and Jade and Leela and a lot of the regular members of this community, they hang out over there. And I'm sure they would welcome you. I'm pretty sure they would welcome you. No, of course they would. Great stuff there. And the Semtex Cow says, this is what I wish I could make, right? So, yeah, very cool there. And welcome aboard to the moderator team here on Studio Live. It was just an oversight that Lou Reality was not already a moderator. And then I did a podcast, had Jade on the podcast this week, and she's like, Johns, you need to get an additional moderator, and it should be Leela. And I said, yep, I'm in. I'm all in. Welcome again. If you're just joining us here, this is Your Music Live, 2 hours of the best independent music, and we do it every week thanks to Distrokid. We've been doing it for about 3 years now, and there's no end in sight because there's no end to the amazing creativity that you folks share. If you would like to share too, use the link right there or down in the description. It can take a few weeks to get your song queued up. I put together a curated playlist every week. Some of it's from just submitted, some from a few weeks ago. I try to get a blend, a mix of cool tracks. Speaking of cool tracks, Claret Lake are a great band that we've played on the show here before. They say, hey Pete, first song of 2023 from Claret Lake, written by Andy as usual, music by myself. Stars is a song about constantly remembering a lost love from the past in everyday life. It features Andy's latest eBay purchase, Giro. He loves a bit of percussion, and we are building quite a collection. Guiro. Someone can just tell me that pronunciation was terrible. We think it is really fits the mood of the music. Many thanks from Cy. So this is Cy and Andy of Claret Lake and their brand new track called Stars here on Your Music Live.
Catch your reflection in a window as I go passing by. Scent of your perfume lingers, although you said goodbye. I look up and the stars spell out your name. Not sure I deserve all the blame. I sense your touch, a body heat, as I lay here alone. Is that your voice upon the wind? Although I know you've flown, I look up and the stars spell out your name. Not sure I deserve all your games. Our time together was so brief. You stole my heart, you know you thief. You were my all, my one belief. Wasn't prepared for all this grief.
Agree. Sometimes you don't need things to be swimming in delay and reverb, but yeah, really, really cool. A beautiful song and video, I agree. Hello, Princess LDG. Yeah, very nice stuff. Production-wise, really good. And again, Claret Lake, another band we've been playing on this show for probably 2 years, guys. Andy, Cy, a couple of years. I've definitely shared a bunch of their tracks. And yeah, production-wise, just keep improving, keep writing better songs, keep producing them better. Always written good stuff. But practice makes progress, people. So if you want to be enthused and inspired, this show is a place to go, because so many of the artists that we play, if you go back 2 years, they were making music, but they've matured in their songwriting and their production skills over that time, which is super duper cool. So good job there from our friends at Claret Lake. We're going to continue on here, but we do have a couple of things coming up soon. We'll hear about our wonderful sponsors, Distrokid. we'll tell you a little bit about a feature that I love in Distrokid called Splits, and we have our Play My Fire beat. Thanks to Distrokid, if you're here live and you don't have a song on today's playlist, guess what? You have an opportunity to win the opportunity to have a song right here on today's show. More details on that one coming up in about 10 minutes' time. But for now, we've got another brand new track here. This one comes to us from Mike Holt, who says, "A song of hope post-pandemic." Filmed at Thatcher Park in Albany, New York on a beautiful fall day. I was just chatting in another show about the fact that autumn, or fall as some may call it, my favourite season because it's got all the warmth and awesomeness of spring without the pollen, where my allergy sufferer is at, right? Autumn for the win. Let's play this one. The sun will shine again here on Your Music Live.
There are things in life that happen that we cannot foresee. They sneak up right behind us and bring us to our knees. And we wonder if the world will ever be the same. But let me tell you, brother, that the sun will shine again. Never lose focus of the things that matter most. When times get tough, remember, keep friends and family close. If we all stand together, we can face the wind and rain. Let me tell you, sister, that the sun will shine again. And when the sun comes up, it'll wash away our fears. And when the sun comes up, it'll dry all our tears. When the sun comes up, it'll take away the pain. Yes, the sun will shine again.
How beautiful is that? Let's listen to a little acoustic solo. I do love an acoustic solo. I'm a sucker for it. Great stuff there. Yeah, lovely acoustic guitars in that one. Nice, crisp song. Yeah, very cool. Just that classic folk sound. Campfire music for sure. Yeah, bit old Irish, a bit folksy, a bit campfirey. An excellent voice. It's got that kind of Don McLean kind of twang, doesn't it? Really good stuff there from Mike Holt. Hopefully we hear a bunch more from Mike in the future. Yeah, you had me at capo on the 5th. I think as Con said, it opens up so many different sounds. If you don't own a capo, look, I have one handy at all times. If you don't own a capo and you're a guitarist, especially an acoustic guitarist, get a capo. You can play in so many different keys, and you can use your caged, and you can just go all over the neck. It's great fun. So well done there. Thank you for sharing that one, and I hope you enjoyed it. Next up is a song from Seamus O, and we're going to go over to slaps.com. Slaps.com is from our friends at Distrokid. If you're not quite ready to take the plunge into the world of Distrokid, I highly recommend sharing your music like Seamus does on slaps.com because it's free and it gives you the opportunity to share on a social music sharing platform. And what does that mean? Well, it's a bit like SoundCloud before SoundCloud kind of went a little bit crazy with all the additional features. I mean, features are good, but sometimes you want simplicity. So Seamus has shared over here on slaps.com. Here it is. It's his track called Brown. And about this one, he says, slowest song I have written, basic drums and sweet harmonies. Hope you like it. Different from me, so taking a punt. And that's what we like. We like to see experimentation. And this is a cracking tune from Seamus. Let's play it live here on Your Music Live.
Turn left, straight at the light.
Definitely. Brad Example here in the chat saying it's got Elliott Smith vibes. Yeah, really good vocals, just like that really kind of understated treatment on the vocals and just, almost a whispered vocal. And to go along with the nice subtle instrumentation, just worked a treat. Yeah, hints of Blind Melon, exactly. If you've heard Blind Melon's actual music, not just the push the little daisies and make them come up, but yeah, it's got a bit of a Blind Melon vibe there as well. A little bit lo-fi, a little bit cool indeed. Hello, Wolfstone Studio. Yeah, indie, very indie kind of sound. And this is an indie show, so we're going to play some indie music. Mark here in the chat has correctly identified that we don't have the playlist in the description. I'm trying something a little different here today. So if you like any of the songs, if you dig what you're hearing here, don't keep your own notes. Don't worry about noting it all down. At the end of the show, it'll all get uploaded to the description, and then you can go back and hunt around and find the artists and enjoy them that way. Just doing it a little bit differently because change is as good as a holiday, and I haven't had a holiday for a while. So all the songs and all the links will be available at the end of the show. They'll all be saved in there, so nothing to fear there. We talked about Distrokid. Slaps.com is a great place to go if you want to start out, but if you want to get serious about your music, I recommend signing up to Distrokid. You can do it for as little as $19.99 per year. You can save yourself 7% off that price by using the link up there or down in the description. And what Distrokid allows you to do is release an unlimited number of songs, EPs, and albums to Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Amazon, Tidal, all the places you've heard of, and plenty that you hadn't. Now, I wanted to tell you about a cool feature here today. I do a lot of collaborations. So Jade Starr plays drums on a lot of my tracks. I've collaborated with Jade and others on their tracks, and Distrokid makes it super simple to split any revenue that comes in. So if people are streaming or buying my songs on Apple Music or on iTunes or on Spotify, it's going to pay me some royalties. Now, I'm not a popular musician, so I don't get paid thousands of dollars, but you know what? It's an amount. And if someone's going to get paid for your music, might as well be you. What Distrokid allow you to do is come in here and set up a split on your track. So for instance, if I come here and I look for a track, so I'll go to my most recent song here called Grown. I can come in here and go to the next section here, and what you'll see is that Jade Starr, because she played drums on my song Grown, I'm paying her 25%. Yeah, drummers get paid with Distrokid. The cool thing about this is you can add collaborators. If they're already a Distrokid member, you can do it straight away. Just put their email address in there, and they just need to approve it. Who wouldn't approve some extra revenue? And then they'll be added in there. If they're not already a Distrokid member, here's the cool thing. They're going to get 50% off their first year if they sign up through your link. So if you are collaborating with other artists, you've got a featured artist, you've got a band, and you want to split the revenue out, Distrokid make it super simple to manage all of that. It means you don't have to worry. You don't have to spend time thinking about, oh, hang on, we sold 10 copies and then we streamed and we made $200 revenue here and 100 here, and you were getting 30% of that song, but you were getting 20%. No, just let Distrokid handle it all. You don't need that stress. It's hard enough creating great music. Let Distrokid handle all the logistics of releasing and managing your revenue. So there you go. Jade Starr's living off of my music. I think you'd be living fair way below the poverty line if it was just your 25% on the songs you've been drumming on, Jade. But I love it anyway. So we do thank Distrokid for their ongoing support of Your Music Live and Studio Live today. Go check them out. Links down below. Let's crack on. We're going to play you two more tracks. Then we're going to do our Play My Fire beat. Let's grab this one from Sync Cat. Got to be careful saying Sync Cat. They say Colours is a nice laid-back, chill, lo-fi hip-hop tune. I wrote it with a spacey and floaty feeling in mind. Here's the problem though. The video's unavailable. It's been removed. Sync Cat. I'm so sorry, but we can't play your song. It happens from time to time because there's a delay between when we get the song selected and when I actually play it. Sometimes it goes away. So Sync Cat, I owe you one. Submit a song and we'll play you on a future show. So apologies that we couldn't play you today, which means there's only one more song before our Play My Fire beat. And we're going to play this track from Mr. Graham Bell. I wonder if his middle name's Alexander. I bet he's never heard that before. Leaving This Morning is one of the tracks off my first ever album titled 64 Years, recorded on my iPad using GarageBand's internal instruments with the exception of one guitar track. Sounds good, sounds familiar, sounds like something a lot of us have been doing over the last few years. So let's jump in and give this one a spin, shall we? It's Graham Bell, 64 Years on Your Music Live.
I'll have your memory to guide me. For your safety I will pray. I'll have your memory to strengthen me and help me on my way. I'm leaving this morning, I'm going away. Leaving this morning, be back someday. Believe me when I tell you what I'm about to say. Believe me when I tell you it won't end this day. Believe that I'll come back to you. Believe it every day. And know I'll always love you. And wait for me, please stay. I'm leaving this morning, I'm going away. Leaving this morning, be back someday. Believe me when I tell you what I'm about to say. Believe me when I tell you it won't end this day.
Graham Bell there. 64 Years is the name of the album, and that was Leaving This Morning. Yeah, very cool, wasn't it? Very nice. Very cool song indeed. Hello, Kronk Song. I hope you are well. Hello, Third Person Prod. Later, right? Yeah, if you're arriving late, this is our weekly show. We do it every week at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, right here on Studio Live today. So do come and hang out with us here live. If you're watching on the replay, don't worry, we love you just as much. And either way, if you're having fun, the thumbs up button is right there, and you can hit it if you like to. Tell the YouTube robots that you're enjoying what you're hearing here today. That will help me out. I've been watching lots of YouTube lately, and everyone's just like, help me grow by pressing. It's fine. It's not, your growth is good and all, but yeah, it does help other folks find the show, which means that other people can share their independent music. What email do we send music to? It's even easier than that. There is a QR code right there, or there's a link down in the description where you can go to studiolivetoday.com/YML. Speaking of fun, let's make our code word this week something super simple. Let's make it #fun. If you're having fun, go give the thumbs up. And then while you're down there, if you want the opportunity to have one of your songs played on this very show, like in about 5 minutes time, put #fun in the chat right now. It'll go into a random drawing. If your name's pulled out, all you need to do is let me know your artist name, the name of the platform, and the song, and we'll play it right here. As long as it's not, here's the rules. Just don't make it super hateful. We don't want a whole bunch of F-bombs all over the shop. We're all adults here, so, within reason, but nothing hateful, nothing super violent, nothing like that. But if it's a cool tune and you want to share it, #fun. Be like these folks. Be like Jade Star. Be like JDL. Be like Russ8889 and put fun. If you put fun, that's a great Beach Boys song, but it won't enter you in the draw. So #fun in the chat right now, and you'll have a chance to have one of your songs played in just a couple of jiffies. While we wait those jiffies, why don't we grab this one from Wayward Waves, a.k.a. Justine Parker. Justine sent us a track and says, please start the video at 4:20. So let's do that. Let's follow these directions in order. We're going to cue this one up to 4:20, and she says about this one, there's several hits. Composed in my home studio, Reverse Drift is about daydream fantasies, to include those of a sensual nature, as well as about adventure travel experiences. There is little something for everyone in this entire video, and the song should prove mesmerizing too. Are you ready to be mesmerized? I'd love a little bit of mesmerization. Is that a word? It is now. Just made it up. Let's take a listen to this one. It is Wayward Waves here on Your Music Live. out those waves. Those are straight up awesome there. Great work, Justine. Wayward Waves. And yeah, definitely captured that sensual vibe. I like it. I like it a lot. So go and check out all the stuff that Justine is sharing over there if you want some. That's my chill music. I know it sounds insulting. I say it all the time, but that's my bill-paying music. That's the sort of tunes that I stick on in the background while I'm hanging out and just, doing the admin, answering emails, paying bills, doing all that sort of gear. So very good stuff indeed there from Wayward Waves. Brilliant stuff indeed. All right, it is that time where we do our Play My Fire beat. Let's see how many entrants we have. We have 30 of you. 30 folks who want to have fun, who want an opportunity to share their song. I'm going to give you around about 10 seconds to put hashtag fun in the chat if you would like the opportunity to have one of your songs played. Have a song ready, you might win. Like we've had people before that they win and they're like, I didn't think I'd win. I don't ever win anything. No, you might win. You got a 1 in 30 chance at the moment. So make sure you got a song ready and don't put any links. Links do not work in the chat for pretty obvious reasons. So don't put a link in the chat, but just put your name of the song, and the platform if you are the winner. Should we jump back over? Should we draw this thing? Should we stop wasting your time? Look, we've got 31 entries. So whoever that 31st one is, they're probably going to win now. Let's throw some Wayward Waves up as we draw the winner of our Play My Fire beat, part 1. Who will win the Play My Fire beat? Your music live, gonna be Russ 88, 89, yeah. Russ 88, 89 is the winner, who is a usual suspect, a regular around here, and we get to hear some Russ 88, 89, or what Russ often does. No pressure, Russ, is he often sort of handballs his play away and plays another member of the community. So Russ, the ball is in your court. The literal and figurative ball is in your court, mate. So let us know what you would like to play while we wait for Russ to decide what track we will be spinning on the Play My Fire beat. We're going to grab another song. Oh, and by the way, we do that again in the second half. So if you're in tears right now, if you're so distraught that you didn't win, hang around in the second hour. We're going to have another one. So you got another chance. Another chance to have a song played. Or you can submit your song using the link right there, just like Sticks for Guns has done. Sticks for Guns says, this video of photos I've taken of the recent snowfall here in the forest. The music is an ambient tune, hopefully complementing the cold scenes. I think you're going to dig this one. This is Cold Consumes the Fragile. Sticks for Guns on your Music Live. Absolutely beautiful stuff there from Sticks for Guns, both musically and visually. Some really good sounds there. And the northwest, I don't know my geography very well. Yeah, I think so. It is a song that you should be listening in its entirety. And again, at the end of the show, or if you're watching on the replay, it's already there. We'll have everything that you need. All the stuff will be down in the description so that you can go and check it on out. Russ has given us his selection, and it is a track from the artist Vero. So I'm just going to jump here. Just bear with me one momento, because I'm going to jump here and grab this link. Jade Star has been kind enough to find the song and link it for us right here in the chat. So I'm just going to grab this link and copy this one so that I can bring it on over to the show and we can give this one a spin. So this is actually an artist that Russ has been promoting heavily, and this is a little preview of what's coming up soon, which is her album launch that's happening over on Jade Star's channel. So this is what you're going to be able to check out, and I'm sure Jade will throw the link to the album launch here in the chat as we spin this one up. So this is The Wheel of Emotions, the trailer for the album launch that is coming soon, and I think you'll enjoy this one. So Russ 8889 featuring the artist Vero here, the Play My Fire beat on Your Music Live.
I'm happy when it rains. My mind is in serenity. It's just my winter melancholy, my dark companion, my own maid. La 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 la. Anticipation, imagination, illustration. I'm feeling angry, a strong emotion. It's burning deep inside my soul. Are you afraid of the spider or of a frightening tiger? Are you afraid of being alone? Let's embrace it with open heart and mind. No surprise, it's a blessing, one of a kind, a moment. Trust is me, telling the truth. Trust is me, not being afraid. Trust is about me. Distrust, disgust, that's what I feel when I remember you, my old friend. Can't shake this feeling, it's so real. Disgust has taken over in the
And pre-cut to a 2-minute clip just for this show. Very cool stuff. We've played a few Vero tracks in recent times here on YML, and looks like the album is going to be a cracker. So you want to go and check that one out. The link has just been put here in the chat. If you're watching on the replay or after the show, all the links will be down in the description, including the link to that little teaser trailer, so you can get yourself excited about the Vero album launch. And again, we will do another Play My Fire beat in the second half of the track. Let's play this one. This is Mike and Dawn Janice. I hope you're well, Mike and Dawn, long-time members of this community, wonderful folks and great music creators. They say, "Hi Pete, this is a song I wrote about being thankful for my life and my lovely wife, called I Love My Life. It's definitely a love ballad to cherish time and adventures together. Happy Valentine's Day to you all." Recorded in Reaper, and Dawn created the video in Luma Fusion. We'll start it at 1:05 as per the request here, so that we can hear the juicy bits of the track here. Mike and Dawn Janice, I Love My Life, here on Your Music Live.
I love my life. I love my wife. That sunny day the times that we shared from that first day. Through thick and thin, we've come a mighty long way. I love my life. I love my wife. Never will I walk out that door when I'm lonely, tempted for more. Love will endure through every mistake. It will sustain us to a better place. I love my life. I love my wife. Yeah.
Just that classic 70s soft rock vibe that Mike and Dawn do so well on that one. Gorgeous harmonies, wonderful piano, brilliant guitars, and a really nice video put together there by Dawn. Just great work all round. Mike and Dawn are just genuinely nice people and they create great music. So yeah, need more of this in the world. I know, I was just thinking about that. Like how rarely do we sit down and just go, you know what? I'm actually pretty lucky. That 1 in 14 trillion lottery that we all win to have our life. Sometimes we take it for granted, don't we? But very good stuff there from Mike and Dawn. You guys rock. So thank you for sharing that one. All right, we're going to move on from sweet and sentimental to a little bit of goatcore. Yeah, it's my favorite band name probably of all time. I know some of you have got some great band names, but I've just got a bit of a soft spot in my heart for goats. And this is our friends Undergoat, and they say another sample-based goatcore instrumental beat made in Garage Band iOS. And I think you're going to dig this one. It is called Space High Undergoat, your music live. Just amazing stuff there. I'm sure the headphones would make that even better, but listening here in the studio on the monitor speakers still sounds pretty darn awesome. Very good stuff there. Undergoat here on your music live. Fun, psychedelic, and edgy. Yeah, the bass and then that warbling lead just work together to perfection. And goats. So it's the full Monty right there. Thank you for being here. If you're just joining us and you're having fun, thumbs up or down below, thumbs up, guns up, all that sort of gear. You can submit a song. Just look at the link there or down in the description. You can check out our sponsors, Distrokid. They're awesome. There's a link there or in the description. It's all there for you. I make life simple. life's complicated enough as it is. Let's keep things simple here on your Music Live. And let's grab some Michael, aka Zealand Band. Let's get some Zeds flying in that chat there for a YML OG. And this is, I'm not quite sure what's going on here because I'm going over here to YouTube, and YouTube seems to be the SoundCloud. So Michael's just completely gone against the grain of the system here. He says a streaming good yarn. Mysterioso, Michael. So let's jump in here and take a listen to this one, shall we? Happy Go Lucky. Michael, aka Zealand Band, your Music Live. So much fun there, Michael, aka Zealand Band. What a really cool video. SoundCloud has been destroyed, and now Slap seems to be taking a beating. Very cool stuff over there. Go and check that one out. That'll be down in the description at the end of the show, so you can go and check it out. Yeah, very smooth vibe. Is it a real sax? I would put my money on something like Sensual Sax or one of these sax emulations, but hey, if you're asking the question, is it even a question that needs to be asked? That's what I say. Very good stuff there from Michael. We've got a few more tracks here in the first half, and then we're going to take our customary midpoint toilet break, but then be back with a whole bunch of cool tunes for the second half. We've got a big second half of original music, as well as some awesome cover songs that we'll be playing here on the show. So hang around for all of that. But for now, let's jump into this one. This is from Tin Boat. Not sure that we've heard of this artist before. Tin Boat is there you go. Brian from Treatment in Progress. He invites other artists to write and produce songs. This song features Grant from Campfire Sigh. 100% garage band recorded and powered by knowledge gained from Pete. Well, there you go. The intro words are from CNN, so far no problems have flagged. This song is called The Law of Holes. All sounds super intriguing. I like the artwork. I like everything about it. Let's take a listen to this one. The Law of Holes here on your Music Live.
I want someone to take a stab at maybe what's driving him to do this, Margaret, and you volunteered for that.
I volunteer. I signed up. The rule in almost all things in life is when you're in a hole, stop digging.
Sometimes the best way to get out of the hole is just to stop your digging. The first law of holes. If you find yourself in a hole, stop
digging.
In a hole, stop digging, come out of it, and then fill it in to keep it from becoming a hazard. If you don't know that you're in a hole, ask someone that isn't covered in mud and standing in the shade. If someone else appears to be digging a hole, don't try to jump in and give them company. Trust your logic. I must get out of this hole before I fall deeper. More than your ego. How can I be so blind to have gotten into this hole?
Just fantastic on so many levels. I love a song that makes you think, that makes you tune in and listen to the lyrics, that uses sound bites like that to perfection, has really catchy lyrics and really catchy music as well. That is just awesome. Really good stuff there from Tin Boat. Very cool. I like the artwork as well. Very nicely done. Yeah, I agree. So cool. Yeah, Zappa-esque. Yeah, a little bit Frank Zappa. Hello, Kronk Song, by the way. If you don't know Kronk Song, if you like the song that you hear at the start of the show, Your Music, Your Music, Your Music Live, that's our mate Kronk Song. That's how cool this community is. You folks do cool things like create the theme music that I play on the shows. Really, really good stuff. Let's play. We've got a few more songs to go here before the midpoint break. So let's grab this next one from Mr. Ryan Rogers, who we haven't heard from for a little while. He says, this song is based on a poem my 76-year-old father wrote back in high school in the 1960s. He asked me to turn the poem into a song, so this one means a lot to me. I wanted a folky rock vibe that builds to the end. It starts off slow, so if you could please start at the 30-second mark. I can do exactly that, my friend. We're going to jump over to Le Cloud des Sounds, and we'll cue this one up at the 30-second mark here and give this one a spin. It is Ryan Rogers, and it is based on a poem by his dad. It's called A Condemned Man's Prayer on Your Music Live.
Of all those years I've wasted, and all the bad that I've done. Well, I can't stop from praying that a man such as I heed my sad fate and perhaps will not die. So goodbye, Mother Opal. Goodbye, Father Joe. Goodbye, Brother Tommy. I miss you more than you know. If the thief says one soul from the hellfire below, my life is complete. That's what I know. So goodbye, Sister Margie. Goodbye, Vicky Lynn. I'm going away 'cause I messed up again. A condemned man's prayer is a tear in the rain. There'll be peace in the valley till we meet again. And we'll meet again. We'll meet again. Yeah, we'll meet again. Yeah, we'll meet again. Now, yeah, we'll meet again.
Yeah, a little Neil Young, a little Grateful Dead, a whole lot awesome. Got that 60s, 70s folky vibe, but the tinkling of those ivories, the piano in that track was amazing, and just that you can feel it, and that's so cool. The fact that Ryan grabbed the poem from his dad that was written in the 60s and then created a 60s era folk song out of it. just brilliant stuff. Like, how much good stuff has there been on this show? And we're only halfway through it. We've still got another hour to go. And we're getting great stuff like that. So Ryan Rogers, that was the penultimate song for the first half. We've got our ultimate song, our very last song for the first half. But do stick around, because coming up in the second half, we got ourselves a little bit of spicy tempo. We got some Michael Thompson coming up, some Lament. We've got some Eatum Ampson. We've got some Empire, some Sonic Dream Believers, Holy Ghost 66. We've got a whole bunch of amazing artists, as well as some great cover songs and parody songs as well in our Under the Covers segment. So that's all coming up just around the corner. Do hang around for that one. Let's jump in and grab our next track, because this is someone that we don't hear from often enough. They're an absolute YML crowd favourite, and they always garner a very positive reaction because they simply create amazing tracks. It is our old mate QB the Penguin. They say this is the unofficial sequel to a song that was showcased on YML last year called Wave Sequence. I had some ideas that I couldn't execute properly last time, so I'm glad I did it now. So get those penguin emojis flashing. Let's fill the chat with penguins, with Penguino Logistics. And let's take a listen to this one. This is Radiant Pulse, QB the Penguin, your music live. I think it's QB's world. We're all just living in it. That is amazing stuff there from QB the Penguin. Yes, classic QB. Always, BPMs under 200 need not apply when it comes to QB the Penguin. Yeah, very good stuff. And yeah, the clock in that one, the piano was obviously amazing. And yeah, if you listen, the production, as Thomas says here, the production is definitely more sophisticated. Notice the subtle changes in volume, like the drums fading in to complement the rise, and the rise is going, yeah, just amazing stuff. Well done there to QB the Penguin. What a high energy way to finish a high energy half of your music live. Now I've just updated the description here, so we've saved in the first half, so you can now jump down in the description, and while we play our toilet break song, if there's people that you want to go follow or subscribe to or do things with their tracks, leave comments, whatever you like, do that. But don't go too far away, because we got ourselves a toilet break song, and it's one of our Patreons. That's one of the benefits you get of being a patron of the channel, is that more often than not you'll be first in line for a toilet break, which sounds like it's not really that much of an honour, but trust me, it is. And it's our old mates Joe and Barry Glenn. They say nobody dies in this one. I may or may not give Joe and Barry grief for the gruesomeness and the murder themes of a lot of their songs. They say no one dies in this one, but a strong reminder not to dawdle or dilly-dally. Dilly-dally is one of my favourite expressions, by the way. The fairies could abduct you, and by the time you return from the underworld, everything you hold dear will be lost in time. I mean, if that's not an intro that makes you want to check out a song, I don't know what is. So let's jump in and listen to the latest from Joe and Barry Glenn. It is called Beware the Cat Can Seed. Our toilet break here on Your Music Live.
By the gliding stream the fairies abide, lichen and moss the goblins do hide, to cause such mischief in woodland around. Hush, hush, move quietly, do not make a sound. The fairies, they will take you, you so fair a face. Careful you must be, do not show your grace. Do not be too willing or eager to please. The fairies are jealous, your soul they will seize. Listen, oh listen now, what do you hear? A rustling of leaves, you tarry long, I fear. Turn to your left, now turn to your right. No path will lead home on this fated night. Through valleys and hills I am bound to proceed, to follow the king and bow to his needs. His head is like a bear, his breath is fetid strong. His teeth are like the rotting stumps, chilling to gaze upon. Hasten ye home, dear lady fair. Listen to her well, there is safety in her care. Take her in your arms, make her hold you tight, fold you in a cloak, hide you out of sight.
It's almost a crime to turn down Barry when he's shredding a solo on the Strat like that. Oh, now we've got mandolin. You're just going to have to jump down in the description and check out the full version of the song when you have a chance, because it is 7.5 minutes of beauty that we can only play a few minutes of here. Otherwise, we'll run out of time for all the other amazing music, because we have a bunch of super cool tunes here in the second half. But yes, a big round of applause to Joe and Barry Glenn for being our toilet break representatives for yet another show. Great stuff indeed there. It is time for our Under the Covers segment, where we're going to play a few cover songs and cover adjacent tunes. We've just got 3 of them for you this week, so a small selection. The first one here, this is super cool. It's more of a parody than a cover, but it comes to us from Glenn Cook, who says, I'm an international power line safety specialist. I'm a conference speaker who assists workers who work near power lines in machinery through storytelling. I wanted to raise power line safety awareness via music, and I'm a Weird Al fan, so I decided to parody Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire, rephrasing it to They Didn't See the Wire. See what he did there? I love it. I listed equipment and trades that accidental contact power lines. 10 power lines get contacted per day in Australia alone. combined with some images and videos I found on YouTube. So here's the thing. I used to work in the energy industry, so I actually started working on a faults and emergencies department for the electricity trust here in South Australia, and then went on to work for a large energy company. So I have my share of experience with this, which, if I'm going to put it out there, dial before you dig, people. Don't dig a hole thinking you won't hit a pipe or a wire, because you probably will. And if you're up high, you're probably near some overhead power lines, so know where they are. Anyway, I'm going to let our mate here, Glenn Cook, take it away with his parody song here. We Didn't Start the Fire, called They Didn't See the Wire. I think you're going to dig it.
Streetlights, pop holes, pillar boxes, name them all. High voltage, low voltage, they them all. Tree loppers, carpenters, truck drivers, farmers, council workers, farm workers, name them all. Spray rigs, tip trucks, forklifts, tractors, high loads, graders, work platforms, bobcats, backhoes, excavators, digging holes, flashes, harvesters, garbage trucks. They didn't see the wire. It was always there, hanging in the air. They didn't see the wire, looking underground, 'cause it wasn't found. Planes, drones, parachutes, don't hear your excuse. Scaffolding, irrigation, augers and cranes, guttering, roofing, cane, harvesting, dozers, ladders, drilling machines. Look up, look down, should've looked all around. Keep your life, help your wife, make it home with your life. They didn't see the wire. It was always there, hanging in the air. They didn't see the wire, looking underground, 'cause it wasn't found.
Yeah, don't mess with electricity, folks. You'll come off second best almost every time. It's I love it because it's an educational thing and a good message, but also really well done. If I was at a conference and a bunch of folks were telling boring stories about it's very important to observe the 10 laws of safety when it comes, and then this bloke comes up and he's like, "Hi, I'm Glenn Cook. I'm going to play you a song," and then you get to watch that. Come on now, we've all been to those boring conferences, and having someone like Glenn talk and show something like that with a bit of creativity and flair. Brilliant stuff. Love it a lot. Thank you very much for sharing that one. Let's grab our next tune here, shall we? This one comes to us from Autism Rocks. Yes, it's Daddy and Micah, and they're back with another cover song. This time they are tackling the Foo Fighters. And about this one, our old mate Dan says, Everlong, Foo Fighters cover. Micah loves Foo, one of Micah's favourite bands. Micah on keys and vocals, Dad on guitars and bass, drums, programmed with Logic on the Mac. So get those jazz hands in the air, folks, for a little bit of Fooey goodness here with Everlong cover from Autism Rocks here on your music. Jazz hands.
Hello, I've waited here for you ever long. Tonight, I throw myself into and out of her red, out of her head, she said. Calm down and waste away with me, down with me. Slow how you wanted it to be. Out over my head, out of her head, she said. And I wonder, she stop when I say when? She said.
Very cool stuff there. Autism rocks. Yeah, it's almost like that Danny goes to my CD shelf, which exists because I'm an old man, and just picks out one and goes, we're covering this week, because everything they cover is from an album that I personally own and used to rock back in the day. So I agree with that one, Leela. Great song selections there. Really cool video as well. Nicely done there. So thank you, yes, Danny and Micah, for sharing that one with us. Remember, Sharon is Karen. And if you want to share the show, and if you want to tell other folks how cool it is to hang out with the cool people and watch and listen to cool music, do hit the share button. Tell someone about it. Tell someone like Dan Ekberg about it. Except you don't need to. Why? Because Dan Ekberg is already a member of this community, and he does a very cool thing called the acoustic triple shot, where he does 3 songs and back-to-back acoustic covers of them, which is really cool. So this time around, he says, from my Pop Rocks acoustic triple shot, this is a cover of Kings of Leon's Use Somebody. I use bits of aerial footage from their music video and other footage of New York City as my background. Very cool stuff. So let's take a listen to what Dan Ekberg has for us this week with a little bit of Kings of Leon here on Your Music Live. Nicely done there, Dan Ekberg, and not an easy song to play or sing. So well done. Is that an Ovation using there? Looks like a nice little guitar there, nice little semi-acoustic going on. I've got an Ovation sitting over there that doesn't get a lot of love. Many of you know my Ovation called Jose. Poor Jose. Since Mark Taylor came along, Jose doesn't get a lot of action. Very good sing. I know. I'd hack up a lung too. So go, hey, you somebody. Good stuff there, though, from Dan Ekberg. A nice cover. So that's what we got for our Under the Cover segments. Yeah, I told you it was going to be short and sweet. What we didn't have in quantity, we made up for in quality with 3 great participants this week. So good stuff there. We're going to jump back to the originals, and we're going to grab this one. This comes to us from someone we've heard on the show a few times before. They create amazing beats and cool tunes, and this one is no exception there. Naha Mapanka, this is their song called Twilight. They said I sampled one of the song's Indian vocals, over which I added the beats with a pitch shift. I hope you dig it. Also, could you please start from 30 seconds? I can, and I will. So let's cue this one up here. This is called Twilight. It is from Naha Mapanka on Your Music Live.
Are they not?
Short, sweet, but very cool there from Naha Mapanka. And yeah, there's sort of entrancing sound. And just when you find a sample like that, and it just links up with a beat like that, you're like, yeah, I found it. And it doesn't have to be complicated. I think but sometimes we, the royal we as humans, but we as music producers, overcomplicate things that could actually be quite simple. And that's an example of how simplicity often rules. Good job there from Naha Mapanka. Let's grab our next tune. This one comes to us from Spicy Tempo, another cool artist name. I love you guys and your awesome artist names. So this one's called Memories, and they say about this one, the holiday season with its mix of happy and melancholy feelings brought back memories and inspired me to create my new track and video Memories on GarageBand. And yes, this is about 4 or 5 weeks past when it was actually submitted. So we are going to give this one a spin though. Finally, it is Memories, Spicy Tempo here on Your Music Live. Very cool beats. Love the combination of instruments. I love a bit of a string sound in that one. A lot of that in the 90s. We had the string, we had like the orchestral hits and the strings in beats, and it always sounded cool. Always liked it. Really well put together video too. I like the choice there. Very sentimental kind of vibes on that one. Sweet romantic themes going on there. Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff indeed from Spicy Tempo. Some lovely sounds, some nice instruments, some all the goodness there. We're going to play one more tune and then it is going to be Play My Fire beat time. So if you've been hanging around for that, I said in the first half and in the second half we do another one. That's your opportunity to have one of your songs played right here, right now on the show. No questions asked. Well, some questions asked. It can't be anything like really out there. No violence, no hate towards anyone. But everything else, all genres are respected. If I turn it on and it goes F F F F F F F F F F F, I'll probably stop it. Anyway, that's coming up after this track from Michael Thompson, who says, "Hey Pete, here's another track from my Man Without a Face CD, written for those times when there's no place to hide, when there's no relief." And it is called Where You Gonna Run. It is Michael Thompson here on Your Music Live. always just a jam, isn't it? Always just a super cool bluesy jam and time there with Michael Thompson, and that is a cool album. Go and check out Man Without a Face. We've heard a few tracks from it now here on the show, and they are all doozies, so go and check that one. And the other tracks over there, good stuff there. Speaking of good stuff, the Metalhead Hippie's coming up later today with one of his shows. Now, if you like this show, but you like John's, 2 hours of live independent music is just not enough. I want 7 or 8 hours. Guess what? This guy here, Metalhead Hippie, over at the channel of the same name, does 3 shows a week. Lots of really cool independent music being shared over there. So check out the Metalhead Hippie if you want even more goodness. And you know what? In honor of the Metalhead Hippie, let's use that as our keyword here today. We'll keep it simple. Let's just make it hashtag metal, because you cannot defeat the metal. So if you would like to participate in our Play My Fire Beats segment, all you need to do is put hashtag metal, that is METAL, and put that in the chat right now. If your name is randomly drawn, then you get to select a song of yours to play right here on the show. So go ahead and be like Dylan, and there you go. You can even put hashtag Metalhead Hippie. Anything you put after that, it'll still count. So it's all good. As long as hashtag metal is in there, you will have a chance to have a song played. And even if you've had a song today on the playlist, you can go for a twofer, because why not? There you go, Metalhead Hippie. And it doesn't matter if you put it in multiple times, it'll still just give you one. So we've had people in the past that are like, oh, cool, and they try to put 14 different hashtags in there. It won't work. It'll count you once. But yeah, if you do want to have a chance to have one of your songs played, hashtag metal in the chat right now. While we wait for you to put your hashtag metals in there, let's grab this one from the Space Arcade. We're going to jump over to the Cloud of Sounds, and they say about this one, I wrote this in a couple of hours messing with a hip-hop drum loop in GarageBand, which resulted in a dark and punchy synthesizer riff on top. Hoping to put vocals to it one day. Well, we're going to take a listen to it in its current form. It is called For the Winter from the Space Arcade, and we're going to listen to it live here on Your Music Live. What a cool jam. Is anyone else hearing like really low guttural vocals, like a in the darkness where I only feel pain, I will crawl out of the cupboard and stab you in the face. What was that about no violence, Joss? No, but don't you think it has that brooding kind of angsty vibe? It would go well with like those sort of synth sounds. I think so. Very cool stuff there from the Space Arcade. I dig it. Yeah, the changes there. Really interesting chord pattern too. It doesn't do what you think it'll do. I was trying to sing along there and I'm like, oh, it doesn't really sort of feel the way, which is good because it adds to that feeling of anticipation where you don't kind of know what direction it's going to go. So great stuff there from the Space Arcade. All right, are we ready to draw? Ready to draw our winners? We can keep playing a little bit of Space Arcade while we draw the winners, because we have 22 entries this time. So you've got an even better chance. You've got about 5 seconds to put hashtag metal in the chat. Hashtag METAL. Good luck, everybody. We're going to spin that wheel. We're going to do it now. Who's gonna win? Who we gonna play today? Let's Gonna be some Barry Glenn on YMN. Yeah, Barry Glenn of Joe and Barry Glenn fame. Is it fair that they get to go into our... Yeah, it is, because they're two people. Good stuff there, Barry Glenn. So, Barry, you may choose anything from your back catalogue, anything you'd like us to hear, something we've played before, something we've never played before, old, new, rockin', folky, whatever you got, mate. Yeah, go ahead and I like that Devil song you did for Songtember. Haven't played that in a while, but no, I don't want to lead you. But well done to Bazza. If you would like to just, you know the drill by now, but no links because links won't work. So just here in the chat, just put the name of your artist, put your the name of the track, and then the platform that's on. So Joe and Barry Glenn, YouTube, name of the track, and we will play it. We will spin it up for you right here on the show. While we wait for Barry, I got another cool track to play. This is from Lament. Do we say it Lament or Lament? It's LAMNT. They say The Way is a look at trying to be happy in a world that is often very negative. It's a great track, and we're going to jump over here to the cloud of sounds to play it. Let's give this one a spin. The Way from Lament on Your Music Live.
Obsessed with making sounds. TV's turned so damn loud, and parents never learn how to turn it down. Police choking a black man. School shootings, kids doing heroin. Boy, quit smiling, my sky, your head in the sand. Girl, quit dreaming, oh look, she's out of it. I'm just a way. Just the way it is again. We'll keep trying to call us back, but she can see him slipping through the cracks. That's just the way it is again. She dropped out of college, her dead parents paid her way. All her friends say, girl, you going insane. Swore to God, she had it made. Now she's 30 to life and waits pain. The boy, he's still making his EP. His girlfriend dumped him, she said that he's a deadbeat. Just another human being against the way we see. Sometimes life can be a tragedy, but that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, yeah. We'll keep trying.
Lament with The Way. $200 used MacBook and Logic Pro. Sometimes the simple approach is the best. That's a jam. That's a really well put together song. Like the composition there. Good blend there with the vocals, sort of understated vocals with the guitars and the drums, just really kicked along. Got that kind of modern pop sound, but also a little bit of a nod to the rockin' tunes of the past. So very good stuff indeed. Yeah, really confident songwriter. What a great way to put it, SM Borthwick. And speaking of SM Borthwick, guess what? Guess what Barry Glenn's done? He said, you've already heard a Joe and Barry tune. I'm going to pay it forward, and we're going to listen to something from Mr. Scott SM Borthwick. So he's chosen this classic SM Borthwick tune, which is called Why Does This Stuff Always Happen to Me? Our Play My Firebeat winner, handed over from Barry Glenn to Scott Borthwick. Let's take a listen to it here on Your Music Live.
Are you ready? Are you ready now? Let's go. You say stop, I'm ready to go. I wanna hear yes, but you tell me no. I say please, you say maybe. Why does this stuff always happen to me? But I don't mind. I don't really mind. It's just a sign of the times. I work 2 jobs and I'm still broke. You never laugh when I make a joke. Your friends think I can get in the sea. Why does this stuff always happen to me? Why does
the stuff always had me going round and round and round and round, go round and round and round and round, go round and round and round and round, go round and round and stop. Bass.
We even snuck in a little bit of SM Borthwick guitar solo there. Really good stuff. And waiting 5 hours for a tow truck, very apt indeed. I hope things are going all right for you, Scott. And at least you get to hang out and listen to some cool tunes while you wait for help. Yeah, that always sucks. I feel for you. But yeah, super funky. Great job, Barry Glenn, for handballing that one over, and we got to listen to that cool classic SM Borthwick groove there. All right, we're coming into the Homeward stretch. I've updated the description. All the songs are down there now, so if you're a spoiler person, if you like to spoil things, you can jump down and see what tracks we've got to go. We've got around about 6 or 7 of them, I reckon. So we're going to finish about as close to on time as we ever do around here. And we're going to grab this next one here from Eatum Ampson. And they say, recorded in GarageBand, I wrote She Gets Up when I was in a Paul McCartney mood after reading the memoirs of Billy Shears. Very cool. And I'm not sure, have we played Eatum on the show before? I don't know that we have. So this could be a YML debut. But either way, we're going to give this one a spin. She Gets Up, Eatum Ampson on Your Music Live.
She gets up every morning. She gets up without warning. She gets up. I mean, she gets up. She gets up for a good time. She gets up and she's alright. She gets up. I mean, she gets up. 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 Top of the morning, Mr. Yankee. Would you care for a nice hot cup of tea? Oh, she's so fine. That girl, she's all mine. I said oh, she's so fine. That girl, she's all mine. She gets up, she gets up, she gets up.
What a jam. Super hooky, super vibey. And yeah, I can definitely feel that kind of Beatles McCartney kind of vibe in there. But like a nice upbeat tune there. She Gets Up. Really cool. I love it. I love a good pop hook. And yeah, very, very, again, Beatles-esque in that one there. So Eatum Ampson, the Eaton Ampson. There, sharing that one. So again, all of these are now down in the description, even if you're watching here live. Look, I'm going to subscribe. Why aren't I subscribed? Let's fix that. Very good stuff. A little T-Rex, yeah, a little T-Rex, very sparkly, very upbeat and catchy. Very cool stuff. So thank you for sharing that one. Sharon is Karen and Sharon is Karen. Thanks also to Distrokid. Yeah, they're the sponsors of this show. They've been sponsoring this show for a long time. They bring the awesome, and we simply couldn't do it without them. So if you want to check out Distrokid, you want to release your music. So Eaton, have you released that one? Let's have a look here. Yeah, it looks like that one's out and about there. You can check it out on various different platforms. But yeah, if you want to release your music, Distrokid's the spot to do it. You can release an unlimited amount of songs, EPs, and albums for as little as $19.99 per year. And if you're not already a subscriber to Distrokid, do so using the link up above or down in the description. Save yourself 7% off any Distrokid plan. Should we play another song? Let's do this thing. This one is from Pairing, and they say, well, I went about this song strictly off my emotions that day. One thing led to another. Say nothing came about. Sometimes that's the best way to bring a song together. So let's take a listen to this one. Pairing with Say Nothing on Your Music Live.
This my confession, I came to address it. You losing me too. I'm already dead, this money ain't shit. I'm losing my cool. It was harder when life came around for you to save me, but I came to realize you just can't run. Everything I said I would do, I remember times you lied to. Aggravated as hell like lightning, that just made me care for you. So I heard the way you talk and move and smile, the way you make love, you wanna try. But all of this time you was running and ducking me wild. I don't really wanna say a thing, I don't really wanna say nothing now. I don't even want you shaming me, I just really wanna stay close to you. Why would you think I came to play? Lord knowing that I wanna say, I can't. I don't wanna say nothing. I don't want you to say to me that you didn't really care, baby. Cause I remember times I was calling you and you didn't really care for me. But I see you must be wrong for me. Your heart's just been hanging on to me. I must be a nose, cause it's in the roads for me. I don't really wanna say a thing, I don't really wanna say nothing now.
What a jam, right? Really cool, yeah. And look, as Con said there, a little bit of auto-tune when it's used well. Again, I can't stress this enough, but auto-tune gets a lot of hate. I know Rick Beato gets up there and he's like, auto-tune ruined music, it did. And look, you can have that opinion, but sometimes some style of musics benefit from using a little bit of tuning on the vocals. It doesn't mean that every vocal always ever should be tuned. No, it doesn't. But it means that if you use it in the right sort of song with the right sort of voice, there is no doubt that Pairing can actually sing. And that is just enhancing it. It's a stylized choice. It's not fixing things, it's improving things. So that could be a controversial view, but it's the way I look at things. Everything is just a tool, including me. I dig it. Yes, I approve. I'm Pete Johns, and I approve of this song. Good stuff. I hope we hear from you again. That was an absolute jam. And that was the sort of song that you can feel as much as you can hear. Like, you can feel the energy in that. And here on the desk, I could feel that kick and to feel the bass. And it was awesome. George Rosinski is up next. George Rosinski is sharing this track, and they say Bright Lights is about dealing with depression, something that many have had experience with. Not fun, and but hopefully it helps when you can actually use music as an outlet to share your experience and to hopefully share with others. So let's take a listen to this one. Bright Lights, George Rosinski, Your Music Live.
Feel inside, I'm feeling okay. I know fact, I'm pulling no breaks. Feel inside, I'm feeling okay. Check a wheel, check a pipe, check a colors in my brain's getting so bright. Burning up in a way in your slick little ride. Give me a lift just to feel alright. Moving away, got caught in the rain. check a frame, check a light, check a bong. I'ma fill it with the same crop. It's over, burn me a little bit of light. Waiting in the middle of the road, then I ride, rumble, and when it's over, it's suddenly a shift. Shields and the pikes and the careful links. Suddenly it's dark and it all goes away. I realize it's been all day. High goes down.
Very cool. That is some really cool modern production there from George Rosinski with Bright Lights there. Yeah, just amazing stuff. Really good song, really good vocals, and really well produced. It just sounded full, had a really full sound on that master, and you could just tell that a lot of work's been done to pull that together and make it sound good. And yeah, really catchy as well. And subject a topic that again, far too many of us can actually appreciate. Yeah, not cool. All right, let's grab our next tune. This one comes to us from Empire, who say, I Want Out is a record of our new album, God Bless the Empire. We thought this song would be an interesting switch from the heavy riffs and pounding drums with a Radiohead feel. Very cool. So let's give this one a spin, shall we? This is Empire and I Want Out on Your Music Live.
Finding new ways to breathe without the life support machine. It's a socialite's crime scene, and you're the victim of deceit. Heaven slept so deep since the days I tell it sheep. I want out because I know why you're about. We've been down that road before, but you'll never find me near it anymore. You left your marks upon the wall.
Very cool stuff there from Empire. God Bless the Empire is the name of the album, and that track, I Want Out, is very, very cool. Good stuff there. Thank you for sharing that one. Yeah, passion in the vocals. It really did have a passionate feel to that one. Very, very dark, yeah, kind of Radioheady vibe. I dig it. By the way, if you do want it, so Dylan actually said, "Oh, can you play it on Spotify?" And I missed it there, but playing it on YouTube. So if you've released it with Distrokid or any other distributor, but Distrokid's who we recommend around here. Anytime anyone streams it anywhere, you'll still get that. So YouTube or Spotify or what are the other ones? Apple Music. I should remember that. Do a lot of Apple stuff, so wherever you want to play it. But there's also a way, if you're looking to share stuff, now I've forgotten the name of it, Song Whip. Like Cool Whip, but Song Whip. So if you've got a song, and say you've got the YouTube link and you want to make it a link, you can actually come to songwhip.com, you can paste in the YouTube page and check out what it does. It creates you your very own page where you can share it everywhere. How good is that? So whether folks listen on YouTube, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, YouTube Music, Deezer, wherever they go, even buying it on Amazon, you can have the one little page here. Look how good it looks. There you go. Songwhip.com/Empire2. Must be another Empire artist out there. What I Want Out. And that just means that you can share that instead of a whole bunch of links to a whole bunch of places. So there you go. Songwhip.com works well if you do want to share your stuff on a bunch of different places. But you're very welcome. Thanks, Dylan. Hope we hear from you and the Empire crew again in the future. Let's jump into our final three. Yeah, we're going to finish almost on time. This is our anti-penultimate song, which just means third to last. I just like to try and be a bit smart and say things like anti-penultimate. It's one of my favorite words, penultimate. So we are going to play this one from the Sonic Dream Believers. We have not heard from the Sonic Dream Believers in a hot minute. They say Crooked Man is a Kevin Troutman lyric that I put to a tune. The lyric kind of reminded me of Dylan's Lily Rosemary and the Jack of Hearts type Western song. So I tried to do the music in that vein. I added my interpretation of honky tonk piano, or is that piano? Hoof clomps were combined, shake of backgammon dice, and a vocal clop. Nice. Train sound was from Shaking a Box of Dry Rigatoni Noodles. Releases February 3rd. Thanks, Pete. Very cool. So coming out soon, but you're going to get a sneak peek at it here today. This one is Crooked Men, the Sonic Dream Believers, featuring the Deadwood Outlaws on your Music Live.
This is the story of Johnny and Lenny. When it came to trouble, we brought plenty. We rode into town and we headed for a bank. We helped ourselves to a loan and forgot to say thanks. We headed out of town and then we rode right back in. We had a time with some gals who wondered where in the hell we'd been. Then he turned around and he smiled a knowing smile. He said, son, one thing you'll learn from me, crooked men never walk a straight mile. Crooked men never walk a straight mile. Crooked men are watching their back all the time and all the while. Crooked men never walk a straight mile. Well, they sent us to prison and they put us in a cell. Those gals back there were heaven, but it hadn't ended well. We tunneled out of jail, but then we crawled our way back in. We have to wait for the sun, he said, or the snow will show 'em where we've been. Then he turned around and he smiled a patient smile. He said, son, one thing you'll learn is true. Crooked men never walk a straight mile. Crooked men never walk a straight mile.
What a cool song. How hooky is that? Crooked Men Never Walk a Straight Mile. I like it. I don't know if that's like a brand new concept that was it Kevin Troutman put into the lyric, but I've never heard that before. I would own it. I would copyright that. Crooked men never walk a straight mile. It's probably like an old saying that I just don't know about or hadn't heard of before, but really good. A really fun tune there. That was our anti-penultimate tune, which means we got 2 tunes to go. 2. The count. I learned something this week. Did you know that there was the count came from an old traditional superstition that vampires had this obsessive compulsive counting thing where they would have to count things, and if you wanted to protect yourself from vampires, what you'd do is you'd like pour a cup of rice or like a bag of rice next to where, so say someone was dead and you didn't want them to come back as a vampire and bite you, you'd pour rice just by their gravestone. That way if they came out from the dead, they just have to go 1 2 grains of rice yeah. I didn't know that, and I thought that was funny. Oh, man. We're clearly getting to the end of the show because once I hit about the 2-hour mark, I kind of lose my ever-loving mind. So we better crack on and play some of these last songs. The second to last, our penultimate tune is going to come to us from The Secret Legacy. That's our old mate Con/Costa / The Secret Legacy / from Guns N' Roses. No, it's not / from Guns N' Roses. He says, hello, Pete, and the whole community. Happy 2023. Hoping to make Monday, the 30th of January show as I turn 55 on that day. Hey! It is the 30th of Jan here in Australia, by the way. No, it's the 29th if you're watching live in other places, but it's the 30th. And I have the day off work. Here is a brand new track, which is the idea for a long time. I also added bits of another song in the same key. Lyrics are self-explanatory, not caring about anything. Language warning, there is an F-bomb in the second chorus. I used a couple of bass sounds and 3 drum kits in GarageBand iOS, plus some different synth sounds and guitars. Cheers and stay safe from Costa. So we'll jump over here to slaps.com, the amazing platform from Distrokid, and we'll give this a spin. The Secret Legacy, I Don't Care, on Your Music Live.
To stay. I don't care if you're running away. I don't care if you're short or tall. If you're rich or you have nothing at all. I don't care if you're running around, staying home in your own town. The day will start and the night time will fall. Either way I won't care at all. I don't care if you're wrong or you're right. You sleep alone and then you stay for the night. I don't care if you're crazy or sane. Meet you once or maybe meet you again. I don't care if you laugh or cry. I don't care if I live or die. The sun will come up and the moon will fall. Either way, I won't care at all.
I don't really care. There's a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F, and it's a great read. Go check it out if you haven't read it. And yeah, it's so true. Like, not caring is the greatest thing on a couple of levels. Not caring about what other adult humans do with themselves or other adult consenting humans is a great way to live. And people that don't believe in that kind of pee me off. And yeah, not caring so much about what other people think, what other people do towards you is a great idea as well. So yeah, caring is great. The only thing better than caring is not caring, in my humble opinion. But that was an absolute belter, exactly as SM Borthwick said. I missed the F-bomb. There you go. There you go. So you can go, if you like to hear, if you want to hear Con swear, go over and check out the song over on slaps.com, as you saw I did there. We're coming up to our last song, and we're going to do it almost within 2 hours, but we're going to go a little bit over because I wanted to show you, I wanted to tell you about a couple of things coming up here on the channel. The first of which is GarageBand Weekly, which you'll be instantly, automagically sent to straight after this particular show. The other thing is that coming up the day after, we are going to be celebrating, it is 7 years of Studio Live today. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a little bit of a live stream a bit later in the day on what will be Wednesday morning here in Australia, Tuesday afternoon or evening, depending where you are in the world. And I know it's going to be a bit late for our European and UK friends, so you might have to catch the replay, but that'll be a lot of fun. We'll be chatting about what has happened over the last 7 years, because it was the 1st of February 2016 that a funny little man called Pete Johns put out his first video about music memos on the iPhone, an app which has long since left us, which is a bit sad. But GarageBand, and then we went on to all the different tutorials and shows and everything, culminating in what you're watching right now, Your Music Live, our flagship show here on Studio Live today. So I hope you can put that one in your calendar and join us for that one. I've just shared the link right here in the chat. So please set yourself a reminder now. Leave a pre-like if you like. Make sure you get back to check out the show either live or on Le Replay. And don't forget, you got the Metalhead Hippie coming up a little bit later today as well. So if you want to hear even more awesome independent music, jump on over to the Metalhead Hippie channel. It sounds just as it sounds. Metalhead Hippie. Let's finish off. We're going to go out here with our ultimate tune. This one comes to us from Holy Ghost 66. They say, "Hey Pete and the YML crew, here's a new video for your consideration. It's taken a long time to put this together, mostly because I can't spend the time that I'd like to for various reasons. Anyway, happy to be moving on to the next one." Now, if you know Holy Ghost 66, you know that they make amazing music and they also do kick-ass animation, and this one is no exception. So thanks everyone for hanging out here today. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others this week, keep creating, and let's take ourselves out here with Happily in Misery. Holy Ghost 66 to take us out on Your Music Live. See you next time.
Don't you cry when he says that he loves you.